I'm just getting the stream ready. Give me a few moments. And away we go. Quite a few things happening today. We have significant IPO taking place. We have macroeconomic catalysts like the producers price index. We've got the jobless claims, and we've got the retail numbers as well. So all of that due to drop in 3 minutes. And then we've got a big IPO, significant IPO with ARM Holdings. So you're probably wondering who are ARM Holdings. So ARM make the microprocessors that go into most phones and mobile devices. They're a big, probably the biggest semiconductor player after Intel and AMD and Nvidia. So ARM big IPO today. Probably it's scheduled to, it's slated to launch at about $50 a share. Probably will hit double that before the end of the day. That's my opinion, not financial advice. But what do I know? I'm just a fat guy on the internet. But ARM Holdings, watch for that one. Of course, the ticker is ARM, ARM. But watch for that one later today. In the meantime, not a lot moving. We've got Nauticus Robotics, which is kit. I think they made a car back in the day, back in the 80s, that was the first self-driving automated car back in the 80s kit. If you know, you know. Morning, Alberto, and good morning, Robert. How you doing, Robert? Hey, Ricky. Good evening to you. Yeah, absolutely, John. We can be friends. Absolutely. Hasselhoff days. There'll be people on this stream a little bit later. We're talking about a hassle what? Hey, John. How you getting on, buddy? I think so, Ricky. I think so. The ARM IPO today, like I say, it's slated to launch at $50. It's probably going to go into an uphold straight away, maybe even 2 upholds. What I would suggest, not financial advice, is take a small position as soon as you can, and then scale in. What do I know about funded account trading? It depends on what you're trading, John. So most funded accounts are either Forex or futures. I did a funded account challenge when I first started trading in equities, but there's not many companies doing that now. Yeah, it depends on trading equities, trading stocks. There aren't many, and the ones that are usually aren't very reputable. So they're making more money off of subscriptions than they are off you being profitable. So they have very tight and very strict rules around the account. So they might give you, start off with 15k to trade with, but you can only have a drawdown of 5%, and it's a daily drawdown of 5%, and then you're banned. That's on the challenge. If you pass the initial challenge, it can be a good way to enter into the market. You get a nice sized account and a profit share. The profit share is usually somewhere between kind of 65-35 and 75-25, depending on the company. But yeah, most reputed funded trading programs are in futures. There's a lot out there in Forex that is virtually impossible. And there's not that many. If somebody knows a good funded account challenge, I'll do a funded account challenge live. I don't mind doing that. If somebody knows a good funded account challenge for stocks or equities, let me know. I'll take a look at it. Now, do it live. A lot of these funded account challenges, the problem with them is that if it is at equities, they don't carry the full order book, so you're kind of limited with the S&P 500. The coffee table names, and if you're going to be trading coffee table names, you may as well trade futures. It'll be cheaper, it'll be easier to pass, and because the futures, the SPX or E-mini, and that. If you trade futures on the market futures, then you probably have a better chance of passing those fund trader accounts than trading some of the S&P 500 stocks. But they move in the same way. So yeah, that's my take on that. Good day, Cast. How you doing? I want to say hedge fund, but that's not what I'm thinking about. Good man, good stuff. Well, profitable day yesterday, so not at all, Brandon, not at all. So I slept in today. I didn't get out of bed till after 10 o'clock. So I didn't go to bed till probably 2 o'clock. No, actually, we went to bed before then, but we were. No, I'll not go into that. Yeah. So the numbers are coming through now. We've got retail sales numbers coming through, jobless claims, and PPI data all coming through at the same time. That's this morning. So if I switch over to the SPY, we'll probably see some reaction to that. That came out at the bottom of the hour. The retail numbers are actually not what the market wants to see. So retail numbers for August, 6% versus the 4% estimate. Jobless claims 220 versus 225. So again, not what the market will want to see. And PPI is points for August, month over month, is 0.7 versus 0.4 estimate. So yeah, not what the market really wanted to see. The numbers they're not coming in hot, but they're not great numbers from a market perspective. PPI core PPI month over month is on point, 0.2% versus 0.2%. Retail sales month over month is 0.6 versus 0.2%. PPI month over month, not core PPI, but just standard PPI, 0.7 versus the 0.4 estimate. Job claims 220,000 versus 225 estimate. So less people out of work, more people in work, less people claiming, that is. And core retail sales for the month of August, month over month, 0.6% versus the 0.4% estimate. So that's your macroeconomic data dropping at the bottom of the hour. Like I say, nothing significant that is likely to move the market in a big way, but we probably will see a bit of downwards pressure before it comes back up. It's green on the day at the moment, so the market's about 0.25%, just over 0.25% up at the moment. Probably will dip, maybe even go red on the day before then moving up higher. Hey Phil, how you doing? Yeah, Vale is I don't know why you're saying Vale, John, because Vale's only up like 3% on the day. not great volume either. It's decent relative volume. I'll show you Vale. So Vale, it's reasonable relative volume. So it normally, well, the thing is with Vale, it normally does about 20 million a day. So I say decent. So it's poor relative volume as well. So Vale would do about 20 million each day on average over the last 3 months, 100 days or so. It's averaged about 20 million a day. It's done 280,000 so far. So it's not good relative volume. Yes, it's moved up and it's up slightly, but it's only slightly, 2.5%. That's not worth writing home. So 2.5%, it's not showing any kind of bullish momentum. There's no volume. If you look at the volume profile here, there isn't any. So there's no volume. Yeah, I don't know why you calling out Vale, John. I don't know what you're seeing there that I'm not seeing, but you know. Afternoon, Alan. How you doing? Well, you know, that's the good thing about day trading is you dip in and out when you want. You know, I mean, I took Monday off. I had Monday off last week, obviously, because of the Labour Day and my good lady's birthday. Yeah, I wasn't feeling it on Monday, so I took the day off. And back on Tuesday, we've not had a bad week this week. It's not a great week, but we're green on the week, so we're not making big losses or anything like that. We're not at goal. If I quickly look at my calendar so far this week, 4,700 on Tuesday, 3,400 yesterday. So we've not had a day over goal. Didn't trade Monday. Not had a day at goal or over goal yet this week. But we've got a big day ahead today, and I'm thinking that ARM Holdings could be the one that does the week for me. It's going to be one of those high risk, high reward plays. If you're going to be trading ARM, just know that it's going to have big swings. There's a lot of interest in it. It's an IPO today, ARM Holdings. There's a lot of interest in it. It's a big, it's a big player in the semiconductor space and also in the AI space. So it's going to be very interesting to watch that. How did I finish up yesterday, Alan? As I say, 3,400 yesterday. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, Cast. But there's always a new day. Always another trade, always another day, always another stock. Morning, Thomas. Greg, that wasn't this year. That was 2021. The back end of 2021, where NFTs were all the rage. No, it was last year. The early part of last year. Or was it? No, it was the end of 21. I'm right the first time. It was the end of 2021 where NFTs became all the rage. You had Logan Paul and his Pop Tarts, or whatever they were called, Pop Monkeys, or whatever. All of these NFTs launching, and to me, I didn't get it. I just didn't get it. I looked at it. I tried to. Crypto, I understand crypto, and the majority of crypto is one massive Ponzi anyway. But I mean, I understand. I get crypto. NFTs, couldn't get my head around it. Just made no sense to me. Yes, I could understand in some context, but not what was being touted. So NFTs, didn't get it. It just seemed like one massive Ponzi, one massive pyramid scheme, one massive con job. But I mentioned this on the live stream. When I started live stream, I said, look, if you could explain NFTs and why I should invest in NFTs, then go ahead. I'm all ears. I'm open to persuasion, but for me, it's a bad lot. I can't. It just seems like a great way to launder money, and that's all NFTs are. So I didn't get it. then later in the year, they just started dying a death. A lot of people started becoming under investigation. There was all kinds of celebrities that were endorsing certain NFTs that got paid to endorse them that are now being sued. What's going on with my camera? Some glitching with my camera there for some reason. But yeah, no, NFTs for me, one massive con. And I'm open to persuasion, but I don't get it. I never did, still don't. They just look like a high risk, yeah, any kind of high risk play, NFTs. It's slated for about $50, Alan. We're talking about ARM. ARM should launch. It's slated for 50. It probably will, when it goes live, it will probably be close to 70, I would imagine. And watch for a big dip. Watch for a big dip. It'll move up quick. It might be difficult to get filled because of some big players, the institutional players. And then there'll be a big dip as well to get rid of some of the retail crowd that are in there. But don't get scared of a big dip with ARM. My advice is just take small size and then add on the dips. And it probably will go up to at least triple figures today, ARM. Just my thoughts on that. The people that invested in NFTs, Greg, the majority of people that invested in NFTs lost money. Like the majority of people that invest in shitcoins lost money. You know, it's an easy way to con people out of the hard-earned bucks is by, you know, it's some clever marketing and just get someone to shill your NFT or your shitcoin. Then people buy into it. You sell out at the top. You don't tell people you're selling out. The people that shilled it for you, you let them know after you've sold out that you're about to sell. So then they start selling, and everybody's left holding bags except you and your shills. That's how it works. Unfortunately, unregulated markets, it's always going to be like that. That's what they're saying there, Nick. That's what they're saying. I mean, no, it's not, because there have been bigger IPOs, but I just haven't traded them. So we'll see. AMC back over to VWAP. I'm testing $9. So AMC sold 40 million shares over the last couple of days. So they hit the market with an offering and have diluted the float yet again. Just as AMC was building up some momentum, they did the reverse split. Then they hit the market with an offering, which for me is kind of counterintuitive, because you do a reverse split, then you hit the market with an offering. So you're basically condensing the shares in terms of the float size, not impacting the market cap. Then you do a market offering, which then dilutes the float. So all the investors are getting screwed. The only winner is Aaron and AMC, and even AMC aren't winners because they wouldn't have raised the amount they needed to cover the debts anyway. So, you know, go figure. I'm watching it. So Kit, I'm watching Kit on the other screen. So if this can get over the VWAP, maybe, but it's initial pop, and I missed the pop, but the initial run was a nice run, some good entries there from kind of $2 all the way up to $2.70. But once it broke below the VWAP, it's been rejected every time it's got there since. So it needs to get over the VWAP and hold over the VWAP. Nauticus Robotics. AMC, on the other hand, is looking interesting. High of day 908. 908. So if it can get over 908 today, that will be, it could be interesting, because you know what the ape army is like. It's almost a cult at this stage, the AMC ape army. Oh, the spread. See, I don't think the spreads are going to be that bad, Ricky. With ARM, the spread's kind of dictated by the liquidity. So because it's going to be a much larger IPO than some of the, like a grinder that was traded earlier at the end of last year, there's going to be a lot more liquidity. There's going to be institutional investors wanting to get in on ARM as well. So I don't think the spreads are going to be as bad as you would expect from a volatile, fast-moving stock, or certainly some of the IPOs that we've seen, because there's going to be enough liquidity in the market to keep those spreads relatively low. I think what you're going to get is the range is going to be big. You're going to have whippy swings to the up and downside, but the spreads probably won't be that bad for a $50 stock. The spreads won't be too bad. I'll be very surprised. Yeah, NFT, weird. Guys, smash that thumbs up button for me, would you? If you haven't already. Here we go. It costs an arm and a leg. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so you might see Nvidia, Intel, AMD, Micron. There's a whole bunch of other stocks that I will be kind of keeping an eye on. It's just look at the semiconductor space, basically. Watch the semiconductor space. I think the question is, will there be warrants as well? Because if there's warrants, let me just have a quick look. So ARM Holdings, it's not live yet, but I just want to see if there's a warrant. It's going to be issuing warrants as well. And it doesn't look like it. If there's going to be issuing warrants, I could have been watching that. It might have been interesting to watch as well. I'll keep an eye out on that one. Oh yeah, so ARM Holdings, the price at the IPO at $51 a share. That was after hours yesterday. And IPO expected to close on September 18th, essentially. $95 million share IPO. So it's going to be 95 million. It's only less than 100 million, so that could be interesting. It could be very interesting. $50 a share, 95 million shares. It's going to be very interesting. If you look at the peers on ARM, you're looking at Nvidia, AMD, Micron, TSM, Intel, all of these kind of stocks that have been rallying of late. I say rallying of late. I mean, they've taken a bit of a retracement this last couple of weeks, but in the main, they've been rallying with AI catalysts, which ARM are right in that play as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see how this plays out. Mark, I can certainly give my thoughts on that. just the meanderings of a fat guy on the internet. Right, Tidal ETF Trust. So the thing is with ETFs is they're a derivative, and you've got to bear that in mind. If you're trading an ETF, and they're usually more for long-term investing. If you like a particular sector, or you like a particular market, or whatever it is, and what that ETF is playing into, then that's when you would trade an ETF. I don't trade ETFs because they're a derivative. I would rather trade the instruments that are making up that derivative than the actual ETF itself. Now, I am invested in ETFs, and they're a good from a long-term point of view. I'm invested in ETFs, but given that Tidal ETF Trust, which is it's an ETF based on Tesla options, I would probably just rather trade Tesla or trade the Tesla options. Do it myself. You get more volatility. What time is ARM expected to launch? I would say likely be a little. I would be surprised if it's before 11 a.m. So probably anywhere between 10:30 and 11:30, Alistair. You know yourself. I can comment on Apple, Mantis. Absolutely, I'll take a look at Apple for you. The problem with you wouldn't want to day trade an ETF because of the lack of volume, particularly pre-market. So they move, and they'll move with the magnitude of something. So if Tesla moves up, then you'll see Tesla moving up, and vice versa. So let's have a look at Apple. Apple today, pretty much following the market. Apple is pretty much in tune with the market. So if you look at this chart pattern right now, and I switch over to the S&P 500 or the SPY ETF. So this is Apple, this is the SPY. It's pretty much the same pattern. The difference being is the SPY is actually up a little bit more than Apple is. So Apple is closer to yesterday's closing price than the SPY is. So Apple trading with the market, just not, it's not got the highs with it. So no real catalyst on Apple at the moment. Good long-term investment though. I think they're probably going to start struggling. You're not going to see the same kind of performance from Apple as you have in past years, simply because they're lacking that innovation. If Apple starts to come out with something innovative, then yeah, you might start to see a bit more innovation. Now, one thing that they just launched the USB-C charging Apple in Europe, which they're going to be rolling out globally. So Apple phones, sorry to say, Apple crowd, or your flash connector or whatever it's called, fire connector or whatever it is, it's going to be useless in future generations, but that's Apple all over anyway. So it's all going USB-C, same as Samsung, same as HTC or Android phones. It's all going USB-C, and that's being driven by EU legislation, European legislation. But that might help Apple, actually, because one of the big gripes that many people have had with Apple is keeping them charged. Do you have an Apple connection? Can I borrow your charger? Well, I'm Android. Every Android charger will fit another Android charger. So it's like, okay, your Apple? No, I don't have a fire cable, sorry. I wouldn't say crazy dividends, but it's a managed ETF. So if you're just in it for dividends, great. Why not? But they're basically making money on the movement of Tesla options. So that's why they're able to pay dividends. Hey, Virgo. But if you wouldn't want, like I say, ETFs are for longer term investing. This is my opinion, not financial advice, but ETFs are for longer term investing. They're not for day trading. They're a derivative, so you don't get the volatility within an ETF that will give you the range day trading. So what you want is you look at ETFs that are paying good dividends. You look at ETFs that are, have strong stocks or they're based on a strong instrument that are in the long term going to give you good returns. So that's what you look for ETFs. ETFs are more for long-term investment, maybe swing trading a couple, but mostly for long-term investment. And you're looking for, you'll put your money in them because they're a bit more stable, less risky, and you put your money in there. If you're doing day trading, you manage to be successful and day trade for a living, you want to take your gains from day trading. You're not going to spend it all. So what you do with what you've got left over after the tax man's bent you over and not give you a reach around, you take that, what's left over, and you put it in less risky investments, long-term investments. So that's a stock portfolio, stocks that you really believe in, stocks that have got a strong outlook, stocks that pay good dividends. You put it in ETFs that you're pretty much guaranteed over the long term, strong growth and dividends as well in some cases. So that's what ETFs are really about. It's more long-term investing than day trading. We've got half an hour before the bell rings. I'm not seeing anything moving at all yet. Oh, well, we're getting a bit of a bounce on Occhio. Yeah, it bounced up and then came back down again. The volume was erratic. So we got a nice volume surge here, 845. And then it came down, did its dead cat, and it's back below $2 again now. So yeah, that's not something I'm looking at trading. The S&P 500 is moving nicely though today, as is the triple Q. So the triple Q is an Invesco ETF that tracks the NASDAQ 100. So if the NASDAQ 100 is moving up, this will move up as well. Now you've got the T triple Q, which is a leveraged ETF from ProShares. And the T triple Q, it basically takes the movements on the triple Q and multiplies it by 3. So it's a lower priced ETF. But the movements percentage-wise are threefold, so you can get more bang for your buck, and you get bigger percentage moves as well. So if you're a believer, long-term believer in the NASDAQ, then and the tech sector, then the T triple Q is a good ETF to look at. But keep in mind, it is leveraged. So if you get a 3% move on the NASDAQ, which is going to be a big day, you're going to get 9% move on the T triple Q. So you wouldn't want to be taking extra leverage on that as well. So I know some brokers do offer leverage on that also. So you can get 5 times leverage on the T triple Q, which is already leveraged at 3x. So effectively, that's giving you a 15x leverage on the triple Qs. Madness. Hey Lisa, welcome back. Good evening from me and good morning to you, Invest Addict. Right now, it's just it's a day for sitting on your hands and doing nothing until something presents. There is going to be some movement later today. It's going to get quite hairy, I would imagine. So don't get despondent. If there's nothing pre-market and there's nothing for the first 15 minutes, don't get despondent. There's probably still going to be something happening. Yeah, so there we go. Another ETF. This is weed stocks. So it's an ETF on based on the cannabis sector. And that's what you want. If you it could be an ETF based on the cannabis sector. It could be an ETF based on natural gas. It could be an ETF based on semiconductors. And the ETFs, they'll take a particular sector, or they'll take a particular instrument or several instruments within a sector, and then they will average out. And that's what ETFs are doing. They're investing and they're managing that fund for you. So that's essentially what ETFs do. It's an electronically traded fund. So it is a managed fund. You seeing red lines on the screen there? Are you really? Are you now? Let's get that like count up. We're not even halfway. Not even half of you have smashed that thumbs up button this morning. So smash that thumbs up button, and if you're on the old tickety tockety, just give me a drum solo on your screen, because let's get the like count up, guys. If you're watching on Rumble, make sure you give it a like. If you're watching on Twitter, give me a like and a follow. If you're watching on YouTube, as I say, hit that thumbs up button. What's going on here? That looks like a acquisition by all accounts. It's either a reverse stock split or an acquisition, but based on the lack of movement, I think that's an acquisition. Let me just check. PFS Web to be acquired by GXO Logistics, so it's an acquisition. $7.50 a share. Yeah, no, nothing to see here, guys. Nothing to see here. I'm hot. Why am I hot when I've got air conditioning on? Air conditioning's not working properly. Not right. There we go. Right, guys. I'm feeling a bit warm. Why am I warm? I've got air conditioning going. I just realised I pressed the wrong button. Right, okay, so before the ARM IPOs, we've got a big IPO taking place today. If you're, kind of wondering what's happening this morning. Nauticus Robotics is moving up, and they've just won a big contract. We've got AMC moved up after completion of their secondary offering at the market, and we've got an IPO, ARM Holdings IPOs later today, and that's pretty much it. There's not a lot else moving. I'm watching the movement here, and there's not a lot else moving. Yeah, I'll have to get some more treats. I've not found I've not found a decent pet shop selling legitimate treats. So I was giving her dried fish the other day, and so my fiance got some dried fish for herself. I'm not eating that rubbish. I'm fresh, but she likes the dried fish for whatever reason. So I stole some and gave it to Miyako, and she was kind of partial to it. So maybe we'll do that. Hey Vols, welcome back, buddy. What's wrong with the sound, Alistair? It's the same sound. Or it should be. What was the IPO? It's ARM Holdings. ARM is the ticker. ARM Holdings. They're one of the largest semiconductor chip manufacturers. Really tinny on TikTok. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can't address that audio mixer on the old tickery top. That's why. It's because it's a different microphone on TikTok. Let me just change that. That should do it. There we go. That should do it. It's for whatever reason TikTok was using the webcam microphone, so that should be better now. Let me just go and check that out for me and let me know. I don't have that luxury of being able to do it myself. When is it going to start, Neith? How long's a piece of string? It should be between 10:30 and 11:30. So I'm expecting it to be about 10:50, 11 o'clock-ish. So, yeah. No, it's the I've got a quality microphone for YouTube. I've just I didn't realize that TikTok Studio updates on a regular basis. When it updates, it then all the connections, all the peripheral connections go to default, and default on the TikTok was the webcam. So yeah, the ARM Holdings probably. Give it an hour. They usually wait at least an hour of the market open to go live. However, it is quite a high-profile one, so I will see if I can find it. Google is my friend. What time is the ARM IPO? ARM Holdings, what you need to know, what you should know. Just that it's going live today. It's not saying what time. But it's probably going to be about 11 o'clock. Summer warning of limited upside to this IPO. Right, okay. I could be wrong. I mean... No, I'm not seeing it. It's usually worth about an hour before before launching IPOs. So we're probably looking at. I mean, I don't even know why I'm looking at that one. So it'll probably be anywhere between 10:30 and 11:30, I would imagine. No, Mad Solar, it's been absolutely terrible. Pre-market has been terrible this week for low caps. It's not been great at all. Hey, by the dip, welcome back. Let's have a look at AVXL. It's not really moving up the likes that I want it to see, but you know, I'll give it a look. Yeah, went up to 870 earlier today, and pulled all the way back. I'm not feeling that at all. I guess we just wait at this moment in time. That's all we can do. Sit on your hands, don't get this, but like I say, there's going to be volatility at some stage today, and the likelihood is it's going to be in about 16.5 minutes. .5 minutes is when the bell rings for the market open, and you can get it all here. So what are you guys watching today? Aside from what I've called out, is there anything that you guys want me to take a look at? Are you still holding stuff? What are your long-term investments? You know, I'm interested. I might get rid of my Disney stock because it's not performing for me, quite frankly. Let me know what you're in long term. AMC and ARM when it launches. I can understand that, Kev. The problem with this cast is that because you guys are not pressing that thumbs up button, the market's just languid. You know, it's just not. It's tepid is what it's doing. It's saying, well, if the guys watching Tony can't be bothered, then why should we be bothered? That's what the market's saying. So, you know, smash that thumbs up button and you'll be surprised how quickly the market comes to life. I reckon if you smash that thumbs up button, I reckon within 15 minutes you'll see an influx of volume into the market, and I guarantee that. Guarantee that. AMC now back over $9, so get rid of that. Let's see, is AMC a new high of day? Wow, nice. 908 was the high of day. I want to see 910. Let's see, can we get a nice little move here? I'm not convinced on this one. There's not much at 911. I'll give it a little spin. AMC was one of the profitable ones for me yesterday. Let's see if it works out again today. See if we can get 10 cents. Absolutely, Brandon. Pre-market's been a bit flaky of late. Kit's just ranging sideways at the minute. Yeah, it's your fault, Alistair. You're on holiday, so is the market. Okay. Cheers, buddy. I'll give it 5 to make 10. Not risking much on this. Just nice to get a green trade under the belt. So we've got a high of 924 on the day so far. No, sorry, 925. I'm stand corrected. There we go. Just gonna take some profit and add that back. Some higher, raising my average cost and locking a little bit in. So maintaining the share size. Got a hotkey that does that for me. I'll take the 150. Look, base hits. Nice, good stuff, Kevin. Good stuff. Like to see that. Got in. You'd have been waiting through that consolidation a long time there, buddy. Fair play to you on the patience. It should, Cal, but it's not. That's the problem. Yeah, so I've seen that happen. The one that does that the most often that I've seen is Top Shipping. They've done that so many times. So you announce an offering, you register your shell, and then you say, okay, once it's registered, you can put out whatever you want in the media. I mean, it's just sound bites. But once it's registered, you've got the shelf offering, an S3 with the SEC. You can then drop that on the market at any time. So then you log to the media. You've got no sound bites to give to the media, no new good news. So you just say, oh, okay, we've agreed, the board has agreed to suspend the secondary offering or whatever it is. On that news, the market rallies and the stock rallies and the price goes up, and you think, okay, well, the board's agreed to it, but it's not set in stone. So now we've hit the target price, we'll hit the market with the offering and make some money. And that's what they do. It should be illegal, in my opinion, but it's not. Immoral is probably a better, yeah, absolutely, Cal. Absolutely, totally immoral. S&P 500 is looking very nice today. Look, the SEC's got no teeth. They're not interested in if it's serving the top 1%. They're not interested in doing anything about it. Let's look at naked shorting. It's totally illegal. Naked shorting is totally illegal, but it goes on all the time. So it's like, okay, well, if naked shorting's illegal, why is nobody being prosecuted for it? And, you know, and then when they do prosecute somebody for it, it's more of a slap on the wrist than anything else. I mean, look at Citadel. Citadel is market makers and brokers, and, you know, they've got so many. The problem with Citadel is that they're playing both sides of the fence and getting away with it. Then they're doing all the naked shorting stuff as well. The amount of times they've been pinged for naked shorting, they should lose the license, but they don't. They get fined, and Citadel, they like get fined 150 million or something, and that's like a drop. They make that in an hour on the market. You know what I mean? It's like next to nothing for them. Look, shorting's not a problem at Omega. I've no problem against shorting. I think shorting's a good thing. You know, it's taking one side of the market versus the other side, and I've no problem about shorting. The problem I've got is if you've got a float of 100 million and there's 120 million short, and there's still a free float of 60 million, well, hang on a minute, where's that extra 80 million shares come from? And that's the naked shorting. That's the problem, you know. If you're going to short something, you should borrow the shares. And the problem with that is that you borrow them off a broker. So the broker will have, let's say, 10 million shares or a million shares, and they will lend those million shares out to multiple people. So they'll actually only have a million shares to lend, but they might lend out 3 million. So they've got 2 million shares of naked shorts there because they own those shares, but they've lent it to multiple people. That for me is where it's all wrong and is actually illegal. Or they're actually allowing people to short, and they don't have any shares available at all. So they're allowing people to short. They might even be charging them locate fees, and they don't go out and borrow those shares. They're pocketing the locate fees, knowing full well that they're going to be able to get that back from whoever's borrowing the shares. So it's all rigged for the top. When it comes to shorting and market manipulation, it's all rigged for the top brass. Who, you know, look at Citadel. They get fined every other month, every other quarter. There's a big fine being levied against Citadel, and they're still in operation because the fines are not big enough. The fines should be a percentage of gross turnover of the company. So if they said to Citadel, okay, we're going to fine you 10% of your annual turnover, they will comply pretty quick. Finding an arbitrary number which is going to hurt, like it's stuff like you and I couldn't afford, but to them it's like pocket change. How's that going to help the market, you know? Yeah, well, I'm already bored of AMC. Do I think shorts will control AMC today? I think most of the shorts probably covered. There's added liquidity because of all the shares that are now in the additional 40 million shares in the free float. So I don't think so. I think AMC will have a bit of a green rally today. I don't think shorts are going to take hold. I just think it's going to be erratic though. It's not going to be reliable, you know. And the range, because it's a thickly traded stock at the best of times, particularly in the open market. So I think the range is, you're not going to get much more than kind of 15-20 cents on the range at any one point in time on AMC, because when it starts to make a move up, people are going to sell, and shorters will short it, and you know, and then they'll take profit, which will move it back up, and you're just going to get a seesaw action. I think it will finish up a bullish day today for AMC, but I don't think it's going to move up too much. You might get a 15%. You're not going to get a 50%, 50%. You're not going to see that today, I don't think. You might see a 1.5 or even a 20% at the outset in terms of a move from yesterday's closing price. You're not going to see any big moves on AMC today, I don't think. No parabolic moves, at least. Just my opinion, not financial advice. You want to trade AMC, you're bullish on it, fill your boots, be my guest. Absolutely, invest addict. If they regulate it too much, how do the big brass make money? How do the inside traders, you know, how does Pelosi and her husband make money? You know what, Vol? You probably make more money. We've got 2 minutes. It's all going to happen after the bell. No volume on this. I mean, this Semtech just... what does Semtech do? These are... Again, so Semtech are semiconductor sector, so they may get a bit of... might get a bit of sympathy with the ARM when it launches. It's moving up in the same industry. It's got erratic volume. Can't really trade that kind of erratic volume. You want to see consistent volume. You want to see higher than good relative volume. So higher than normal in terms of relative volume. I'll change the scans over while we're waiting. Higher than normal volume. So good relative volume, and it needs to be consistent. So you don't want to see big spikes and then nothing. Big spikes and then nothing. Right, we've got a couple of seconds. Here we go. Good luck, guys. What will we see? It's a good question. Looking for some movement to the upside. I want to see this over a VWAP. AMC looks like it's trying to move up. I want to see AMC over that pre-market high of 930. If it gets over 930, then yeah, we could be interested. I'll just sit on my hands and wait for now. Okio just jump. No. Not something I'm interested in. AMC is the only thing at the moment that's looking... Hang on a minute. IDAI. No, not interested in that either. I've got that opening 1 minute candle. And then what you want for your opening range on whatever stock it is that you're watching. Most would say opening range. If you're playing an opening range strategy, they usually go for 15 minutes and then look at what's happening. But 1 minute, 5 minute, 30 minutes, whatever you want to trade, that's all about personal preference. I'll get those baseball cards out again, Cass. Paul. Baseball cards for me, probably not a big thing. Probably not something I would. There we go. Let's have a look at big movie yesterday. No volume pre-market. It did move up the last couple of days. It's had a couple of really good days. So this is the third bullish day in a row. You're looking for your tea bags. Does anybody want to come around mine and watch the grass grow? Has anybody got one of those like circumference measurers? We'll go and measure the circumference of the coconuts in my tree. Seriously, that's the level of action that we're getting right now. Well, I don't like putting all my money in one basket. It looks like the ARM IPO today is going to be what we're all looking for. I can't really do that, Alistair, because I'm on webcam. I've got my trading station here. I can't carry my trading station around the house. And if I did, I'd probably drop it in the water, knowing my luck. Well, that's selling off. As is AMC. As is the S&P 500. Below the VWAP now. Yeah, okay. PCT. Let's have a look. No. Not liking the look of that at all. Heavily down. Big time down. Just trying to bounce a little bit, but not liking the look of that. Alright, okay, do a city tour. Well, Premarket is not the most attractive city in the world, to be fair. Well done, Robin. Any green is good green. Let's have a look. Is there a catalyst on this one? Not seeing any catalyst for it to be up or down. So, yeah. I have a gap to fill from yesterday up to 750. I'm not feeling it. Negligible spread. So it's like penny spreads, 18-cent range. It's actually moving nice. Let's see if we can't get a bit of this. It holds $7. Breaks that pre-market high. Carnival Cruise Lines moving up. And it was too late for me to watch that shower of crap. I did have a laugh at Harry Maguire scoring an own goal though. I'm like, why is he even in the squad when he can't even get in the getting his own team side? I just don't get that. I mean, he's turned into Sven-Goran Eriksson as Southgate. He's like picking all his favourite players rather than players on form. And that's one thing he said to start off with that he wouldn't do. If a player is playing well, they've every chance of breaking into the squad. That's what he said when he first took the job. And he's doing the exact opposite now. Well, I think at least Henderson's playing for his side. But yeah, I mean, he's playing in an inferior league. I would say more Maguire and Phillips are the ones that you ask questions for, because neither of them are getting a kick for the club. But apparently they're on England duty every time there's a call up. Yeah, I think I'm going to get out of this. Don't trade options. No, well, not on this channel at least. You can't really trade. You can't really trade live options. I mean, I can buy and sell contracts, but there's nothing really to see on that. So, can't really. Yeah, options. I'm not trading it live. I do options, but I tend to swing when I'm doing options. Yeah, I'll get out. Yeah, defending Maguire in the press is one thing. He's got to defend him. Of course, he's got to defend him because he's picked him. So he's got to justify his selection, doesn't he? Not live yet. Not even starting. Not even remotely close. All right. This moved up well yesterday, particularly pre-market, and almost reclaimed those highs after the bell. It's had a good launch, but no volume. Unity testing that pre-market high level. Yeah, not feeling that either. What's Virgin Galactic doing? Back up at $2. Virgin Galactic announced the Galactic 4 flight window will open October 5th. That will be the company's 5th space flight in 5 months. Yeah. That's another one, another play toy for the rich and famous. What do I think about shorted AMC? Yeah, I thought about shorting AMC, but then I thought, no, I'll not bother. It's easy to borrow. It's easy to borrow since they've added another 40 million shares to the float. What is that? What do I think about Sezzle? Yesterday, was it SPAC merger yesterday? Don't know much about them, I'm being honest. Down 64% from yesterday. Yeah, well, I think we're going to wait for. I think we've got to wait for ARM today. SPPL was yesterday's IPO, wasn't it? So Sezzle. Let's look at Sezzle. What is it? What are they? Financing institution that offers technology-driven payment platform. Don't know much about them. Just know that they went live yesterday. $37 million. No, 1,000 shares traded yesterday. So no volume. Is what I'm seeing about Sezzle. No volume. 16,000 shares traded today. Nothing there worth. There's no trade there. You can't trade on that level of volume. There's no liquidity. So yeah, good luck. It's looking like a huge gap up at this stage, from $28.60 to $35 nearly. It looks like a huge gap up on resumption in about 30 seconds. But there's just no volume. So you can't trade without volume. You need volatility and volume. So yeah, I mean, 67%, 65% down and trying to bounce is volatility. The moves are big, but there's no volume, so you can't trade it. Well, I'm thinking that AMC could turn around and bounce. If it goes get 850-ish, $0.50, it could bounce. Sezzle, yeah, don't know much about them. PFSW is an acquisition there, Jikinya. There's no trade there. That's an acquisition. Is Edible Garden moving? That's the question. Edible Garden, really? May short squeeze? What makes you think that? 84 cents? You're better off putting your money into something that you can actually make money on. Yeah. The answer is no. That's not going to short squeeze. AMC getting the bounce. We were looking for there. well, you can. Put it in filters. Yeah, so I saw this and I thought, okay, well, let's look at the 5-minute chart. So those of you on TikTok, if you're on YouTube, you can see it anyway. And it started to move up, and I thought, okay, well, if it breaks over this, sets a new high on the 5-minute, I'll take a look. The high of that candle is 882. So it went up to 880 on this candle, just over 880. So 880 plus change. But it looked like it was potentially going to bounce. I mean, it just a fake out here. Now, this one here, you would have been worried about the VWAP rejection, but just another fake out. So that, you're going to get quite a few of those on AMC today, I think. Well, I think over a VWAP, over 915 for sure, but over a VWAP, I think. I mean, you've got opening range 910 was the opening range, so that's one thing. I mean, we're way below the breaking lows kind of thing now, so nothing really moving with any kind of volatility yet. Simple IPO yesterday. No volume. It was good yesterday. It opened the first few minutes ago, and then it just kind of died to death. The volume died out after the first 15-20 minutes or whatever. A couple of volatility halts. I traded it yesterday, and I got probably more on this than I did on anything else. And I thought, okay, I'm not giving it back. There was nothing else moving yesterday. It was not a great day to trade. It's not a lot of volatility in the market yesterday. So once I got like 3.5, I think I got 3.5K up, and this about 1,800 on this one. That was, I thought, I'm shutting it down, going to bed and having some fun. Yeah, I'm thinking that's exactly right there, Cal. I think the market as a whole is waiting with bated breath for this IPO, and it's probably going to be a damn squib at this rate. You build yourself up towards an IPO, and it ends up, it's like first candle's green, zooms up. Next candle halts, it gaps up. Next candle, it's red, it gaps down, it halts down and gaps down, and it does that for about 15 candles, and then it just nothing. So it could very well be a damp squib. We'll see. Iris Energy, not great. Yeah, we're just lacking decent, moves with good volume, because that's what I look for. Is I look for moves that are you're gonna get that consistent level of volume, so that any kind of breakouts you're gonna get that follow through. Not seeing it yet. Old client of mine, CRH, many years ago. I sold them their IT security. At least you can trade crypto on a Saturday cast. But yeah. Yeah, just because it's massively shorted super doesn't mean that it's going to squeeze super chip. A lot of stocks are massively shorted, and there's usually a reason why something's massively shorted is because it's about to go bust. there's just not enough volatility to trade at the moment. That's the thing. If I'm looking at like something with enough range to actually take a profit from, it's not a lot. I mean, this is a $50 stock, and the range is only 10 cents. You'd expect the range to be at least 50 cents on a good stock that's up at $50. Come on. So Hasselhoff's car is kind of bouncing on the on yesterday's closing price on the whole $1.02. Hasselhoff's car. Yeah, just whatever's moving is doing it on absolutely trash volume. That's the problem we've got right now. So this is definitely a day to just sit on your hands, wait for the right opportunity. There's something will come, and it only takes one stock, only takes one trade. But at the moment, the momentum is pretty much downwards. So there's short opportunities. You could short AMC. Dodgy coin. Is that how you pronounce it, Cass? I think dodgy coin. I think that's how you pronounce it, isn't it? What's going on with Genie? I think it's still in the bottle. According to Christina Aguilera, news pending. So we'll find out what's going on with Genie when it Genius Sport when the news drops. Keep your powder dry, guys. Wait for the opportunity. What you're going to get, ARM Holdings will make a move, and then ARM Holdings will make a move, and then you'll get some sympathy from other stocks as well. Well, the reason it's easy to borrow, Super Chip, is the things with easy to borrow, when there's enough shares out there to borrow, it's easy to borrow because they've just sold another 40 million shares into the free float over the last couple of days. So, of course, it's easy to borrow. All the brokers are still holding these shares, that this 40 million extra shares that are available to borrow. So, yeah, AMC is easy to borrow. A meme stock, easy to borrow because, yeah. I don't know. I did okay in November last year. Just tepid is probably the best way of describing this morning so far. Faraday trying to curl back round, back over, testing $5. Let's see. I don't like any of these, even UPTD. Well, that's gaining a bit of momentum now. Trade up acquisition. Yeah, I don't like this one. I don't like the stock. It's well dodgy, very dodgy. 150,000 shares traded. It's already at the halt level to the upside. Halt, back up there. This looks like it's going to hold. So trade up acquisition. I don't like it though. I just do not like that stock. I've looked at it before. That's your halt. Maybe after 10 o'clock that will resume. Faraday. Yeah, I'm not enamored with this one either. I mean, we're at the pre-market lows right now, which speaks volumes. That we're like, it's had a nice move up to the pre-market lows, you know. So it's not quite recovered its sell-off from earlier, which is 508. So you want to see this up the top side of the VWAP, 510, maybe even going green. Yeah, I'm just struggling to see anything worth getting excited about right now. Anybody see anything that I've missed? We had a couple of good days over the last couple of days. Day 3 is always a bit sketch. Remember, when the stock moves up with a catalyst, day 3 of that catalyst is always a bit sketchy. I'm not even commenting. Service with a smile.
Why?
I want something. You're a bad girl. You really are. Oh, stop. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, Faraday, not feeling that. WeWork, not feeling that. Markets are all up. I've just been brought some fish balls with chili sauce. Beautiful dusky maiden. Yeah, I was thinking about going for a bit longer, maybe 15 minutes there, Cal. Absolutely cast. If you guys could see what I saw, I'm telling you. And people wonder why I moved from Dublin to Dumagate. Yeah, WeWork, not doing it for me. Where's the volume gone? This lacks volume. Everything's lacking volume at the minute. So this should resume in about 30 seconds. Yeah. Well, the volume on the SPY is pretty constant. You're not, you don't get many overly hot days. SPY is pretty constant for relative volume. It's the other stocks that. Oh, there's the resumption. Paid up acquisition. Now testing $11 with a 40-cent spread. Yeah, so Average volume on the SPY is like 75 million. We're currently at 9.5 million, so it's slightly down on average. Considering we're like half an hour into the market already. So this is the only one that's got any kind of volatility, and just it's not the kind of stock I'm prepared to chase at this moment in time. I'll take a look at it. I've got nothing better to do, Stanford. So, cannabis stocks, to be fair, yeah, I mean, it's below $2. So as you all know, regulars to this channel, you'll know that I don't trade below $2. But cannabis stocks are having a bit of a bullish time at the moment. That's why some of the MSOS, which is the cannabis ETF, is moving up along with the cannabis sector. The sector is quite bullish at the moment. Had a couple of, I mean, 2 red days. This had 2 red days in a row, but before that, September's been very bullish for canopy growth. Yeah, you can't trade it. I mean, come on, it's like when you've got sellers who are selling what 37,000 shares, 40,000 shares on the level 2. I mean, there's no range, so what are you going to profit from? The range is 2 cents. This is one of those things that you just put your money in, and if you like it, and just hope for some growth because you like the sector. It's nah, can't trade that. Can't trade that. That's moving up. That's $11 again. It's over $11. Why is the market slow? I'm a smart guy at elastics, but there are certain things in life. It's like, why is the sky blue? Why is it raining today? The forecaster said it wasn't going to rain. Why is it feeling warmer today than it did yesterday? And these are kind of questions that are just, you should never even ask them, to be fair. Why is the market slow today? Because it's slow. Because it is. I'll pretend I'm a parent. Well, I don't have to pretend, but I'll use one of my parent hands. Because it is. Yeah, it's not great volume either, Fark. So spreads are huge. Careful with the spreads on this trade up acquisition company. It moved huge at the end of last month. No, beginning of this month, sorry. First of this month, it moved absolutely huge. It went from $8 to $33. It's at $8 now. So there's nothing saying that this won't go up to $20, $30. Just don't trust it. No, it's not halted. It's back down to $11. And see, that's what I'm saying. It went up to the halt level, which is 1163. It went up to 1163. High of this candle. It kind of teased about a halt and then came back. So it false halts. When you're getting a lot of false halts, and it's done that a couple of times, when you get false halts like that, it's usually not a good sign. In terms of reliable moves, it's not a good sign. Let's have a look at Wheels up. Yeah, no volume on that. Can't trade that. Well, we're struggling for action today, guys. I think this is probably one of the worst days that I've ever streamed. In terms of, no, it was a fault halt. In terms of action, one of the worst days I've streamed. And I still have a feeling that I'm going to end up green. Ascent Solar Technology with no volume. Had a nice little move up. No volume. Have I banned Kavana? Why would I ban Kavana? I'm not even sure why Kavana. Oh, Kavana is on my scanners here. The momentum's not great. Expensive. Nice move out of the blocks. Went very sideways since that first 10 minutes. At no point has Kavana hit the momentum scanners. It's up 7% on the day. It's moved $3. It's moved $3 today. Make sure you wear a cheeky outfit there, Cast. You'll be fine. Maybe I should do an OnlyFans and sell pictures of my bum hole. Might make more money than I'm going to make today, that's for sure. Alistair will probably buy it. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Oh, here we go. Let's have a look. There's a bit of an update on ARM holding. Let's have a look at what the update is. Oh, we've now got we're now quoting 63. It looks like. It says 51, but I'm getting quoted 63 here. It should go live in the next, I would say, the next 15 minutes or so. Open for quotation. That's right. So ARM Holdings open for quotation. Arms Heart says we see a huge growth opportunity in AI. No shit, Sherlock. Okay, so ARM Holding shares will open for quote at 10 a.m. and they will open for trade after 10:20. So we're looking at 10:20-ish, give or take. Yeah, it's not, that's an ask. That's not a bid. So 2000, it's not even, yeah, it's a 21, 47 and 48 on the ask. So $2,000. I don't think there's, look, if I bought 1,000 shares at $60 and it went up to 2,000, I'm sorry, I'm going on holiday again. I'm taking the family and we're going off to El Nido for a week. That's not going to happen. Sorry. Absolutely, Robin. It was NFT. So we were talking about NFTs earlier, and what we got there was back end of 2021. Everybody was doing NFTs or had some kind of NFT press release, and it was just to pump the stock price. I look at some of the stocks some of the companies that are traded in 2021 on the back of those NFT catalysts, and they're literally OTC markets now, penny stocks, and I was trading them at like $15, $20, $25. It's the buzzword at the moment, and the majority of people don't even know what artificial intelligence is, because what's being touted as artificial intelligence by the media is not artificial intelligence. All it is machine learning. Big difference between artificial. We've not actually achieved artificial intelligence yet. We're a long way from it. Absolutely. Those are what I'm talking about, Omega Leon. Those are exactly the ones I'm talking about. No, because you'd have to get... If you market it in, you get the best national best average. You get national best average is what you get. So you wouldn't get filled at 2K. Absolutely not. There's an order there, 2K, 200K. There's an order there at 200K, a sell order. This is mad. Is there anything moving? There's nothing moving. Nikola, yeah, CGC, all lower price stocks, so I can't really get on those. SRFM, I know it just broke. Surfer Mobility just broke, but again, it's just not got great volume. Nikola breaking highs. Sundial, another cannabis stock. Yeah, there's not a lot. I can't say there's much to trade at all at the moment, guys. Yeah, I've been to Coron. I've not been to Boracay yet. When I was going to go to Boracay, just before the pandemic, I was going to go to Boracay, and they closed the beaches for refurbishment. I'd never come across that at all. But they closed the beach in Boracay so they could clean it up. If you placed a limit on 51, would it get filled? Possibly. Possibly. But you're probably waiting for a pullback. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, a Megalion. TCAT went to $80, and I traded that move up as well. $80 it went up to, and it's like 20 cents on the OTC market now or something. It's a horrible, you know. The majority of these stocks that we trade here are garbage companies. Just be wary of that, yeah. But we're now looking at a $60 open. So open, looks like it's going to open for trade at $60 holdings. We've got 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes to wait. And I think everybody's waiting on ARM holdings. And there's going to be a hold one way or the other. Have I eaten all those fish balls? I did. Oh. Oh, there's nothing else. So we're just watching a blank screen right now. So for newcomers to this channel, it's usually a lot more action than what you're seeing today. We're just watching a blank screen right now. Why? Because there's not a lot else moving, quite frankly. PCT, yeah. That was just a boredom trade at the open, moving up, so there's nothing else. Pure cycle technology, not a lot moving up, so we've got Faraday double topping here at 520. Double top here at 520. So this is probably going to sell off back down to kind of 470, 450, like that. AMC never did look like curling back up towards the VWAP. It's getting weaker and weaker. So whoever asked the question, do I think shorts are going to be in control? I do now. They are in control. This week's IPOs, how are they doing so far? Well, Spectral AI has done nothing but sell off since it opened. Nature Wood Group, no volume at all. Again, three daily red candles in a row. Simple, again, not great. A little bit of a pop, but it's down on yesterday's closing price, so down 11, nearly 12% with no volume. So IPOs this week have not really performed that well in the longer term. We'll see what happens. Anytime now. We should get an open anytime now. We should get our first orders coming through on. Absolutely, Robin. Absolutely. Oxymoronic for we used to have any artificial intelligence. Absolutely. Well, what is artificial when you think about it? Artificial is fake, or fake intelligence. I suppose that is the definition of what we're looking for. It's not intelligence at all, it's fake. Well, let's see. We should get open for trade. They did say open for trade anytime after 10:20. So let's just keep an eye on. I've got hard to borrow here. Well, no shit, Sherlock. There's no shares in the free float right now because, so that, yeah, it is hard to borrow. Yeah, so UPTD is pulling back heavy. That's the, again, top momentum stock, but to the south side this time. MYT Netherlands. But Robin, if you made some money, that's all that happens. 6 cents is 6 cents. Any green is good green. Yeah, come on, Arm, give us some action. we're all bored here. The market has just been absolutely terrible. Saver, let's have a look at Saver. Saver Science, no volume. And that's, I keep saying that, I'm flicking to things that are moving. I mean, it's breaking highs, but it's moved up like $2, but it's just no volume. It's doing it on no volume. And NYT Netherlands kind of breaking those pre-market highs again. No volume again. And again, breaking the pre-market lows. So this is Amprius Tech. It's nothing really. This has got to be one of the worst days for trading that I've seen in a long time. It really is. Yeah, but today it's best just to sit on your hands and wait. There's something will move. Every day there's something moves at least 15%. Well, most days. Something always moves. Let's have a look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA has been selling off since the open. It was up nicely. And I needed NVIDIA back over 500. I'm still green on NVIDIA. I just don't like. I'm losing more money now as it pulls back than I was before I bought extra. But look, I'm still bullish on NVIDIA in the long term. Green on the day again. So UPTD. Oh, it's still. I hope they're breaking highs again now. Oh, that's CGC. That's the wrong one. UPTD. Yeah, it's pulling back. Pulling back. Just ranging sideways across the VWAP. What happened there? What the hell happened there? Scalping, base hits. Yeah. Well, to be fair, Disney's down today slightly. It's the only one in my portfolio I'm not making money on longer term. I'm in Disney. My average cost on Disney is 105. Right now, Disney is what? 83. Oh, sorry. Oh, 99. 99.77 is what my Disney is costing. It's the only one that's only one of my portfolio that's down. In the red. MTX, let's have a look. That seems to be moving. Not great volume though. In fact, no volume. Where's the volume, guys? Who's swallowed the volume? Nicola, I can't believe Nicola's only $1 a share. I remember trading Nicola at the highs. Yeah, I know. Look, being based in Florida is not a good idea if you want to be an international company, I don't think. Your cycle trying to come back up again. Testing the VWAP. Yeah, there's just nothing to trade right now. Nothing above $2. There's quite a lot of reasonable movers over $2, but nothing above $2, which is my kind of floor. Yeah, just no volume on that, as I was saying. Let's have a look at TSM. So this is the kind of price that I'm expecting ARM to end up in. So Taiwan Semiconductor, I'm expecting ARM to be up there around $90. We'll see. Florida has dinosaurs. No, Florida is the living in. You know how they've been doing these live action Disney reimaginings? So they did a more recent, quite controversial one with the Little Mermaid. They did Beauty and the Beast, and etc., etc. Well, Florida is the live action version of WALL-E. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, MBSC is below $2 though, so I'm not. All the momentum stocks are up or down. The majority of them are sub $2 at the moment. What we're looking? Oh, back down to 59. Dropped $1. Still got that 2147 sell order and a $200,000 sell order there. Granted, there's only 100 bucks there, but sorry, 100 shares at that level. But yeah, I think someone's covering some kind of options up there. It's been a crap show for a long time, boss. It really has. Florida is. It's like if you ask the average American, if you said, look, there's 50 states in the US, and Canada wants to join as a 51st state, but we can only have 50, so we need to ditch one of the original 50 states. Which state should we ditch, and why would you choose Florida? I don't think you'll get filled straight away there, Ricky. If it pulls back, you might. But yeah, you're obviously with a broker that's allowing you to place orders before it's live. Fair play. It was scheduled to go live anytime after 10:20. At this rate, it could be 10:40, it could be 10:45, it could be 11 o'clock. I think what they're trying to do, what tends to happen is you get the market makers come in and buy a certain percentage of the float. and then the market makers then have the liquidity. So what tends to happen is you get a huge percentage of the float bought up by market makers to start off with before it goes live, so they can actually add liquidity to the market as the price fluctuates one way or the other. Then the rest of the market comes in and starts trading it. And you've got a mix of market makers and whoever the company is that is launching it on behalf of ARM. It's a very valid point, actually. Who is that? But whoever that company is will also be selling the rest of the float into the open market. Vols, Jameson, first thing in the morning. Oh. We threw, so it was my fiance's birthday, the beginning of the month. So we threw a house party and all her family and friends came, and it was a big thing. So of course we had quite a lot of drinks, and she's been banned from drinking tequila since New Year because we had a bit of an episode. I'm not going into detail. But today she's asked me, have we got any tequila left from the party that we had last weekend? I'm like, yeah. So I'm expecting some shenanigans when I finish up here. So we'll see. Am I up? I'm still awake, if that's what you mean. Oh, she's on here. I'm in the bad books now because I've just I've told tales out of school. Oh, this has got to be one of the worst days of trading I've ever seen. Let's have a look at IOVA. So we broke over that 480 level. Advanced biotherapeutics. Just again, it's just the momentum's just not there. And why did this sell off so hard? Yeah, so we're getting nothing but halts here. Just very poor volume. This is one Sezzle, and it halted up with the gap up, and then it halts down. And I'm expecting similar kind of stuff to happen with ARM actually, but on a grander scale. So, I mean, this one, it's just the volume's terrible. 55,000 shares traded today on this one, and it's at a halt level. How can it be? I mean, it's moved up, but there's no according to my chart here. There's been no trades this minute. It's moved up. How's it moved up to a halt level and about to halt with zero volume? Literally zero volume. That makes no sense at all. How can you halt with no volume? I don't. Someone please explain that to me. Because zero volume, how can you go into a volatility halt with zero volume? Literally no shit. I'm looking at the volume bar and it's got zero on it. Zero volume. Oh, tell a lie. 600. 600, so that's why it's got zero, because it's not showing as thousands, only shows thousands. But yeah, 600 shares, it's gone into a halt. That is terrible. There's no way you can trade that. Let's have a look at the market, shall we? So, the Spider S&P 500. The Spider S&P 500 is an ETF from State Street. It tracks the S&P 500. The clue's in the title. Yeah, so S&P 500, it's currently up 0.5% today. Oh. Everyone having fun yet? Guys, I think I might take my top off. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Robin. Max Block Red would be worse than no trades at all. What streaming platform do I get the most engagement on? It used to be TikTok. Now it's YouTube. I do get engagement on Twitch. I'd say it's YouTube, TikTok, then Twitch, then Rumble, occasionally ShareVision, and Twitter's usually after the fact. Yeah, it's going to be one of those days, I think. Get my likes now. Well, let's get that. That's a good point, Volt. Let's get another 6 likes. Get the thumbs up button on YouTube if you've not pressed it yet. I need 6 more to get over 50. Let's do that now. Do it now. You know you want to. That's what ARM Holdings is waiting for. They're waiting for me to get over 50 likes so they can launch. So let's get over 50 likes. Then ARM will launch at 58. It's saying. So was 51, went up to 60. It's now pulling back. We're getting a bit of liquidity, and it seems quotation. So. It's set. You mean you Cal's got a set of scanners. Is he not using? You're not using Benzinga, Cal? Super chip. It's raining in the UK, and you've got COVID. Sorry to hear that, buddy. But like, I moved away from the rain, and I'm staying away from the rain. Yeah. So I thought you was using Benzinga scanners, Volt, like me. DZSI again. DZS. Yeah, I can't trade that. Trade ideas. All right. Okay. Trade ideas is okay. It's a bit more expensive. I prefer Benzinga just because I think trade ideas is slightly better than Benzinga, but it's more expensive. There's not. I mean, there's not much between them, to be fair. Yeah, I've checked out trade ideas. Yeah, I like. Let's have a look at Tesla. Breaking highs up here at 275. Tesla's having a good moment. Yeah, kind of. What do I talk about when the market's like this? Like, Tesla's moving up. Let's have a look at AMD. AMD going green on the day after a sell off at the open. Nvidia is after going red on the day. Nvidia's moving up again. So not quite at those pre-market lows yet, but we're getting there. Yeah, I could put voice alerts on this one as well, but the squawk, as it were. But I'm not. I prefer just to do my own thing. Honeywell breaking highs. General Electric breaking highs. Bit of volatility with General Electric there. 50 cents on this candle. Actually more. Movement there. Yeah, not interested. Elaborate, whatever your name is. Yeah, Amazon's moving. Breaking high. It's just broke that pre-market low. It's gone green on the day. Broke. It's back into the pre-market range. Nice if Amazon gets up and breaks the pre-market highs. Amazon. I like the fact Amazon's up here at these kind of levels. I'm in on Amazon. I've got a GPS somewhere knocking about. It might be on my phone or whatever. Where it does your GPS with other people's, celebrity voices. And I kind of settled on the Homer Simpson one was probably the best one. Well, I think that's a good idea, Jakinya. It's just becoming so. Uber is basically trying to become the yellow pages of the internet. We all remember what the yellow pages was, or white pages, or whatever you want to call it. So you need a plumber, you need a takeaway, you need a whatever taxi. You get on the yellow page and pull out a number. And Uber's trying to do that for the internet now, wherever you are locally. So fair enough. It's a good idea. Yeah, WW International, nice pop up there. 30 cents, 40 cents, whatever. So up 10% on the day. Not got many over the magic. In fact, we've got none. There's nothing over that 15%. Mighty and Trade Up. I'm not trading either of those. Mighty crap volume. Trade Up just well dodgy. Right. Nothing at all, Alice. It's the worst. It's been the worst day for I think this year. I was going as far as to say it's probably been the worst day for day trading this year. Do I think Uber is a good stock for holding? If it's up to you, do your research. I think they face a lot of competition, but they seem to be doing well. Yeah, good day to be in your car, absolutely. And give my regards to the missus. How's the eye? How's the eye now? Yeah, you can't. Momentum stock, but look at it. There's no volume on it. It's just every candle's a halt, and there's not a single volume candle got 10,000 shares. You know, it's just you can't trade it. There's not enough volume to trade Sezzle. If you know the company and you like it, then just buy and hold and hope for the best. But for me, I can't day trade that. There's just not enough volume. I'll get in and I won't be able to get back out again. I'll probably buy in for like 5,000 shares or whatever, and not be able to sell it. So yeah, Sezzle for me, it might have a lot of momentum in both directions, but yeah, it's not for me. DCS is another one that lacks volume. It's up there. Let's have a look. Where's this ARM IPO? Down to 57. Still got that 200,000 sell order. Nice one. If you're in long term on. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that, Alistair. No, it isn't, Ricky. Actually, it's usually the first month. The bear months are usually probably the most volatile of the year. So September through December are probably where the volatility comes in, and after the summer, and you get more action. Just from my own experience and looking back over the years. You probably get more action in those 4 months than you would in any other quarter of the year, any other months of the year. So, you know, you get, I mean, March was particularly volatile, largely down to the regional banking crisis this year. But other than that, it's been a tough year. It has. I mean, I've had a good year, but it's been tough to trade. We've not had the parabolic movers have been sporadic. It's not like going back to 2021 when the parabolic moves. You had parabolic movers every day, and not just one, but you had a choice of them. You know, starting at like $3 and going up to $23, and there were so many that would do that. We were talking about the NFT stocks about 2 years ago today. Well, September 2 years ago. And how they all went up in tandem. And there's probably about 5 or 6 of them, all with NFT catalysts, and all went parabolic at the same time. It's mental. And we're just not getting that anymore. Yeah, I could do it doing that myself. I actually did take a nap earlier. I've only got half an hour, 40 winks, as it were. When will ARM start trading? I'll have another look if there's been any updates, but it was supposed to start trading after the announcement was after 10:20. It's now 10:50, so we're 30 minutes in, and not seeing anything in terms of updates. Open for quotation at 10.10 as expected. So we've got $63 on 2.3 million shares, 61 on 2.8 million shares, 60 on 4 million shares, 58, 57, we're down at 57, 51. So it should start trading at any moment, basically. Will open for trade after 10:20. That's what it says. But when is after 10:20? Who knows? Aeroclean. You mean Aeroclean? That was last year. And look at Aeroclean's not even on the market, so it's dead. It's well, fair enough, Jikinya. I'll add it to my collection. That's a good question. Alistair, did you get your Daytona? Because I know you were looking at the same Daytona that I have, but did you get it? Yeah, come on, guys. We just need to get that. Still not reached some. I did tell you that ARM isn't going to go live unless we've got 50 likes on YouTube. We've got 48. So you've only yourselves to blame. If this stream ends without seeing ARM IPO go live, you've only yourselves to blame. Let's get that. Let's get that like count up. There we go. 51. There we go. You can't. Are you looking for the rose gold Daytona as well, Vols? That's what Alistair was looking at. That's what I've got. So did you get yours, Alistair? Did you get your rose gold? You might have to look at the resale market, buddy. I know that's what I did. Chocolate face, absolutely. Got it. That's not it. There you go. That's the one. Chocolate face, rose gold. That's the one. Need to get my presentation box out again. Yeah, come on. Give me something to trade. I wouldn't mind. I'm not too worried about if ARM takes forever to go live and doesn't go live till like this afternoon or whatever. I'm not too worried about that if there was other things to trade, but there just isn't. There's nothing worth trading. Yeah, I've got what? Got 3 rollies now. I've got this Omega that I'm wearing right now as well. I've got a Patek Philippe, which I particularly like, and I bought my first EP the end of last year. Oh, and a couple of Breitlands. You know the Breitlands? Yeah, they're still there. they're just over there. I've not unpacked them properly since I moved. But there you go. A couple of Breitlands as well. It's the one thing that I actually probably pay a bit too much for. Absolutely. Most Rolex dealers are like that, Vol. So what you need to do is you speak to a couple of different ones, and it's all. If you're on a waiting list, you go to the resale market, and the waiting list isn't as big. What you don't want to be doing is buying on the resale market. You want to buy through a reputable dealer on the resale market because you want it verified. You want authentic. Because some of the replicas are very convincing if you don't know what you're looking at. So just be careful with that. Always make sure you get the paperwork. Make sure you get the, you know, authenticated. I was trying to think of the word authenticated from a reputable dealer as well. CXAI, CXR, are you moving up? Moving up now, back over $2. Yeah, but I can't. Just broke the pre-market high there of 199. The range of 1.5 cents. Where's the volatility? You can't trade that. If you're looking at making a profit, you're not going to trade something with an ATR of 1.6 cents. Yeah, but again, it's one of those Semtech. It's back above the VWAP. $0.03 spread, 10 cent, 11 cent range. That's, yeah, you would, but it's just got no momentum. The velocity of moves just isn't there, so that's why I don't like it. I've just not seen anything of any kind of. I mean, I called this a couple of weeks ago, made some money on it as it broke $2. This was on back on the 6th last week, beginning of last week. I called this one out and. Middle of last week. It can move, but it's below $2. So I'm back on the 6th. It went up to, what was the high? 316. Fairly thickly traded. This is New-Base Therapeutics. Fairly thickly traded. It's having a good day today. Again, like I say, it's below $2, so it's not something I'm going to be trading. There is a couple of IPOs tomorrow. So we've got NMRA, so Numora Therapeutics. And we've got RYZB, so Razy Bio, also IPOing tomorrow. So we've got ARM is the only IPO today, still not live, but we've got 2 IPOs that I can see tomorrow, and I'll have a look at that before I come on tomorrow to see if they are getting pushed or whether they're or not. You know what, guys? It's one of those days. We've not traded. We've not taken any trades really of note. Just the one PCT Bodum trade, AMC, small green on AMC, small red on a red on PCT, and that's us done. Let's have a look at where I am right now. Whilst we're waiting for ARM to go live, and it should go live at any time. So let's have a look. What I'll do is I'll give you a desktop tour here. Shall I? My laptop. So this is my laptop here. This is what I'm looking at on my laptop. As you can see, let me just pull this up. So this is how I've got my Benzinga set up. I've got my beta scanner here. I've got my momentum scanner here. I've got my gap scanner here. I've got news, I've got signals. So this is how I've got my Benzinga set up. And if you're wondering what Benzinga is, or you want to see Benzinga, then just go into my link tree. The link is right there. You can see it. Type that into your browser, or go into the description of this video, of this live. The links are all there as well. So on my link tree, Benzinga, you can find it here. Find stocks to trade. I use Benzinga. Try it out for 14 days. I do get a kickback. I'm a partner with Benzinga. It's another reason I don't use trade IDs. I know trade IDs is very good, a bit more expensive. But if you don't want to pay full price, so if you like it, 14 days, try it out for 14 days. If you do like it, don't pay full price. Get 35% off by using my code here at checkout, DTWT35, so day trade with Tony 35, and that'll get you whatever package you go for, whatever term you go for, it'll get you 35% off. So yeah, don't pay full price, and check out Benzinga. It really is great. If you want some memorabilia, check out let's see. No, it's my VPN. It won't let me in my VPN. So check out the Day Trade with Tony merchandise. It's an Etsy store. You can get your hoodies, sweaters, or coffee mugs, whatever, travel mugs or whatever. Actually, I need to order some more travel mugs. If you want to learn how to trade the Day Trade with Tony way, then come to my Fresh Learning Management System, and you can get the complete course, 18 hours. What you'll learn here in terms of how to read technical analysis, how to spot support and resistance, etc. There's my face, testimonials, all this kind of stuff. This is the curriculum, and it's 150 bucks, 300 bucks for 3 months, so it's cheaper than or $1,000 for a year. So come check it out. If you're not sure, get the first. You can get the first class for free on YouTube. Just check out my playlist, Learn to Day Trade, and it's in there. And yeah, so come and join us there. Capital markets is who I'm still trading with, who I recommend trading with to beat the PDT rule, and also getting better leverage, margin leverage than the majority of other brokers out there that offer 4x on equities. You can get up to 6 times margin leverage with capital markets. And TradingView, not to be confused with TradingView, which is a charting platform. So those of you wondering what the platform is that I'm using to trade, it's Dash Trader. That's in there if you have questions. But TradingView, this is TradingView. This is my September so far. 900 down at the moment. So I've had a couple of big days, which is basically meant that I'm in a good place. I had one big losing day last Tuesday, but I've had a couple of big days as well. So I'm not in a bad place for September. Could be doing better. I look at the actual report, detailed statistics here for September. You see what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm still not live yet, so not missing anything. So 29k, 28k after today. So 28k is where I'm at, which is just over 4k on average per day that I've traded. 6k is the target I've set myself across the year. Not there yet, but you know we'll see. What other platforms? Dash Trader is good. I like Dash Trader. If you're a small account, CMEG, if you're 5k or above, it's fine. But CMEG can get expensive if you're a small account. You're probably better off with an interactive broker. You can opt for paid, per share pricing, and they'll do that. They don't have an app for iOS, but you can use Dash Trader on an Apple device. If you've got an iMac, you can set up a virtual Windows platform to trade Dash Trader, and it's Windows. It's a Windows platform, so it doesn't work on iMac or Linux, whatever. So what other platforms do UK users use? You're best asking your UK users, but I like Dash Trader. There's a lot of platforms out there, but Dash Trader is direct to market. It's a direct to market platform. So you get fast fills, you get tight spreads. It really is worth paying the commissions and charges because of that, and you get that back. If you've got a decent strategy, you're profitable, you get that back. So anyway, going back to what I'm saying, I'm 28k up on the month. We're halfway through the month, so we're tracking to about 60k, which is about half of where I should be. We're four. Average is that I should be setting is 6. We're just over 4 at the moment. My K ratio could do with some improving. I'm profitable. 2.1 is my profit factor, but you look at my trade selection accuracy today. It's a 50-50. Yesterday it was about 60-40. Again, it's not far off 2-1 in terms of trade selection. Let's have a look, shall we? And days times performance in September. It's a decent month so far if I compare it to the last couple of months, which I'll do in a second. Win-loss expectation, which is great, and I recommend you do log your trades and start looking at the statistics. And you see that I had a bit of a up and down P&L for September. If I just look at this for the year, you can see that the P&L curve for the year is actually doing really well. It's a couple of big swings to the upside, but it's not a straight line, and you're never going to get a straight line. But I've had some big drawdowns, cumulative drawdowns over the course of this year, and managed to come back from them. If I look at for the course of the year, effectively 2-1 is my trade accuracy. My K ratio, my risk reward is really good for the year. The last couple of months haven't been that great. If I look up at the days and times, and I'll show you what that's about. I had 3 really good months in a row. In fact, January was a really good month. That was my best month ever, up until the 3 months that I had in March, April, and May. But if I look at September, we're already ahead of June. June was a full month's trading. July was only half a month, and August was only half a month. Well, 2/3 of a month. So we're tracking to beat these previous 3 months, but we're nowhere near. I mean, I say we're nowhere near because if I look at May, for example, beginning of May, we had a huge run up with GDC. So one stock's all it takes. One trade is all it really takes to get that there. So that's my statistics. I'm doing well on the year. I'm ahead of goal, ahead of schedule on the year to where I need to be. And yeah, so go check out the links. And ARM still isn't live as yet, so I'll get rid of that. We'll go back to the Benzinga desktop. And I'll go back to this one here. And we're still not live on ARM Holdings. Still waiting for ARM Holdings to go live. Where are we quoted right now? Let's have a quick look. There isn't a free float yet because they've not sold any, but it's supposed to be 95 million. It's launching 95 million into the free float there, Cal. It's supposed to be. Going to be selling 95 million shares today, or over the next couple of days. Hey, Robin. One thing I always say is red days are inevitable. you've got to recognize the fact that you're going to make losses. Even if you're a profitable trader, you're going to have days where you're losing, and if you've got to set the right expectation, because it's not an easy profession. It really isn't. A lot of people will say it's easy, but it's just not. 1324 is the whole level. Getting some consistent volume there. Let's have a look. Can we get an entry on this? What's the spreads like? 10, 12 cents. I don't mind that. 10, 15 cents. 24 cents. Yeah, so 10, 20 cents for a 54 cent range. I don't mind that. It's at the top of the move though. I don't mind buying high to sell higher, but it is at the top of the move. Now the last time it made a move, the upside of this big, it went on to over $32. $33, I think. $33 it hit. Back in 6th, went from $8.24 to $33 intraday. So, could do that again. And look at the volume that it did that on was just over 4 million, whereas we're already 3.3 million. So it could. Not saying it will. This reminds me of not quite to the same level, but the HKD last year, or Huadi, when they had moving up on low volume. It's just unreliable, you know? I'm not going to jump in. I'm just saying I'll see if there's an entry up here, but I'm not seeing it right now. No, nice entry could have been here. Nice entry here at $11. The break of $11 would have been a really good entry. Now we're looking at possibly the move back up 1275 ish. Oh, well done, Volt. It seems to be getting a little bit of support around 1175 area, and $0.75 at 1175 area. So let's see, 1250. I'll take a small position whilst we've got nothing else to trade. Where is ARM? ARM's not live yet. BSK. Not live yet. Yes, I'm using Dash Trader. Day Edge. Dash Trader, and I like Dash Trader. I've tried a few others. I've tried TWS. Couldn't get profitable on TWS. Sterling, I don't mind Sterling. Sterling's a good platform. Sterling Trader. Also, TC2000 is a good platform. I tried Ninja Trader, didn't like it. I think it's geared more to MetaTrader. If you're trading equities, your day trading equities, do not trade MetaTrader. Do not. It's a platform that is developed for Forex. It's not developed for trading equities. MetaTrader 5, they made some adjustments so it could trade other instruments, but it's like right tools for the right job. And MetaTrader is a forex platform. It's not for trading trading equities. It is. Lightspeed's good. I mean, Lightspeed's got really good charting, but also it's very granular and very configurable. But it is expensive. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Let's see. Yeah, if you use a cash account to avoid PDT, what you will fall foul of is the T+2 settlement. So what that essentially means is the cash you use, the money you use to trade today will not be available tomorrow. It will be, you'll have to wait till the following day till it settles. So Monday, for example. So what you trade on a Thursday won't be available on Friday. Now, the way to get around that is only trade 50% of your capital. Use a cash account. You can make as many trades as you want within your capital, within your cash account, subject to the limits of your cash account. So you trade 50% of your capital today, 50% tomorrow. Then on Monday, what you traded today is available to trade again on Monday, and keep doing it that way. Alternatively, you just work with a broker like Capital Markets Elite Group, and there is no PDT rule. So you don't have to worry about the PDT rule. Speed Trade is another one that you don't have to worry about PDT, but you do have to have 30K in your account. So if you load up with 30K and you go below that, that's okay, but they want your initial deposit, they want you to have 30K as your initial deposit. There's no PDT rule if you fall below the minimum. Yeah, and there's no leverage on a cash account, and hence it's a cash account, and you can't short on a cash account because essentially a cash account has no credit facility. So margin leverage is a loan from your broker, and also you need to borrow from your broker if you want to borrow shares. So you need a credit facility to borrow shares. So whilst there's not necessarily any credit checks per se, it is a credit facility the same. That's a margin account. The best thing about a margin account for me is the instant settlement. You gonna get me? Yeah. Thought it had gone without me. I don't like these 20-cent spreads. $50 spreads. I don't like 50-cent spreads. I don't like 20 cent. I definitely don't like the 50-cent spreads, that's for sure. Where are you based, Jayaj? If you're in the UK, then go to CMEG, Capital Markets Elite Group, telling you. Yeah, I think ARM is going to go into a halt within the first 10 minutes, for sure. Come on, it's 40, 50 cent spreads. I'm not having that. Come on. Move up. There we go. There we go. $13. Come on. Take the bloody bed with you. I get fill, partial fill. There we go. That'll do. I'm finishing green. I'm going to wrap it up here now. Which one did you call there, Vols? Yeah, there's quite a few UK traders in this group there, Alan, and as I say, CMEG. Well, it's no different to most their JH, but yes, CMEG is who I recommend, and particularly for the UK. If you're going to go interactive brokers in the UK, you're going to hit with PDT rules. Speed Trader, Trade Zero, I've heard mixed reports. I've never traded with them, but I've got mixed reports from. So I'm looking at a couple of others, but for me, I've no problems with Capital Markets Elite Group, CMEG. There's a link in my description if you want to take a look at them, Alan. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. It looks like we're still waiting on ARM, and this is getting a bit too whippy. So yes, CMEG, the 6 to 1 is on selected stock. So yeah, well, I got that nice move up. So managed to get a grand on UPTD, which took me green on the day, and I'll take it. Any green day is a good day, so we'll take that. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Back at it, same place, same time, and we'll do it all again tomorrow. We'll see you at 8:30 tomorrow morning, guys. Take it easy.